tape with the X on it. That was my focus out the window.
We start talking, right?
Mhm.
Have a pointer,
Oh, yeah.
some black tape, but
Oh, really?
3 years ago. Somebody must have taken that.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Aunt Linda. Hi, Chris. Hi, Harriet. Hi, Doreen. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Kelly. Can y'all hear me? We're going a new direction. It was requested, so it might be a little backlit. We're gonna try it. Good morning, Cindy. Great. Good morning, Karen. Thank you for that message. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Pete. Good morning, Paula. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. Did you get a package from us yet, Kelly? I am. Okay, good. All right. Give us a minute or so. People are still getting settled here and then we'll get started. I know this direction, right? I know.
Change out.
I know. Well, Nick last week was like, I really miss facing this direction. And I'm like, wow.
All the pigeons are watching this.
It's just Ganesh. Ganesh.
It's just a hot flash. Yeah, it's better outside.
I like this setup. What? It works well when it's cloudy. So if it's really sunny, then it's so super backlit for the camera. How is everyone as I'm trying to get my knee to unlock here?
They just feel amazing. It's gonna be gray and not
Yeah,
straight hot.
and 70 degrees instead of 98 or something like that. How's people's energies feeling this morning in terms of, are you feeling tired? Are you feeling, kind of what's going on? A little tired, yeah. A little tired.
Long week. So
Yeah, it felt like a really heavy week. Yeah. Well, I thought we'd do a practice today focused on grounding. So I don't know where all of our friends online are from, but I feel like that storm last night was like a swirling, a stirring up of, I don't know, just stirred up a lot. I don't even know what it stirred up, but it just feels like, ooh, it's different today. So let's just use our practice today to ground and stabilize and let ourselves settle into our own systems. Like Kate said, it felt like such a busy, heavy week. And so this can always be a chance just to recollect with yourself and just, give yourself some time and space to tune in. So the mudra today is Bhu Mudra. So you make a peace sign. Your thumb is holding on to the ring and the pinky, and then you ground the pointer and middle to the floor. So you now have, we could think of actually 6 points that are grounding: the ankles, the feet, the sit bones, and the fingers. So take a nice deep breath in. By the way, this mudra is good for settling any anxiety we might be feeling, And yet it's also actually a very stabilizing mudra. So I invite you to start this involution, is what Iyengar always called it, to start this pathway in. Take at least 3 deep cleansing breaths. So you breathe in. On the exhale, feel free to make some sound or some noise. It could be a sigh. It could be an open mouth ujjayi breath. But these 3 breaths are sort of like your portal in. It's your pathway in to starting to connect more to your inner world. It's like a signal to your body and your mind, your heart, that I'm going to spend some time in communion and connection with you in this next hour. And so the energetic sensation is we draw awareness in, and on the exhale, it's almost as if we can feel our awareness drop down. So if your awareness is at your head space, maybe as you exhale, you feel that awareness drop down into the throat. And then on the next exhale, maybe that awareness can drop down to the heart. Maybe you can get all the way down on an exhale, down deep into the pelvis. And then ask yourself internally, how are you? And be honest with your responses. How are you physically, emotionally, energetically, mentally? Sometimes when we ask that question in an honest way to ourselves, or maybe to even close others in our life, the response is usually fine, which is sort of a numbed out response, right? So I encourage you, and you might notice that you do feel a little numbed out, which is quite normal in our busy culture. So let's use this next hour to actually get more in touch with our feelings, how we really are, to get more in touch with sensation in the body. So maintaining the mudra, Bu Mudra, pointer, middle finger, rooting into the earth. We're going to move through a 9 breath sequence together. So let's start by just breathing out of the lungs, just blowing out all of the air in the lungs. Now, as you inhale, it's as if you're pulling the air up through the sit bones, all the way into the heart. And then as you exhale, expansion in your heart. It's almost as if this energy you pulled up begins to grow. Again, you inhale awareness up through the sit bones. It's as if you're pulling earth energy up into the heart space. And then as you exhale, imagine that energy expanding, that grounding, stabilizing energy expanding. And do this one more time, inhaling up through the sit bones, up through maybe your fingers that are touching the earth, awareness in the heart. And then as you exhale, that awareness expands. Now for our next 3 breaths, as you inhale, now you're pulling energy and awareness in through the crown of the head down into the heart. And as you exhale, just staying in the heart. So now we're pulling energy in from the sky, the heavens, higher spaces into the heart. So we do a total of 3 of these breaths, pulling from sky down into heart. And then our last 3 breaths are just simply staying in the heart. And now you might change your mudra. So hands come to the heart, stacked on top of each other, hands in prayer position. And now you inhale into the heart. And as you exhale, feel sort of an expansion of this beautiful connectivity. So we pulled up earth energy, we pulled down sky, air energy, and it all meets in the heart. And then take a moment to set a personal intention. If this is part of your practice, what do you need from today's exploration? And then let's together chant one Om together, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale to chant. Breathe in and out. This time as you exhale, bow in the direction of your heart. And slowly release the hands, lift the head, open the eyes, and transition to all fours. So come to all fours and start your non-linear movement. Keep the eyes closed and just let yourself move. So as you're letting the body move you in a way, just take a moment to consciously tune into where, again, you're connected to the earth, hands, knees, feet. And why I have this on my mind, and before everyone jumps off the call at the end of class, next week is our week off. We always take a week off in August, so there will be no class next Saturday. So that's kind of, we have a dead week here just to wash blankets and stuff, take a break. So we'll be here. I'll be back 2 weeks from today. So the inquiry I'd like you to examine or be with this morning as you're moving here is, how do I feel in my body this morning? Are my movements slow? Do I feel like I need quicker movements? Where is there some stuck energy? What feels sore? And I try to say this every class, all parts of you are welcome. So whatever shows up on the mat, it's welcome. As you're continuing to move, see if you can add in the sound of the breath. So you start to establish that sound in the back of the throat. And then work your way through 5 sets of cat-cow. So find a rhythm, getting your spine rolling a little bit here. And take a down dog when you're ready. And as you move into your down dog, walk it out. Move. Now, this will be different than where we normally go. So inhale forward to plank. Lower your knees down and then come all the way down onto the belly. So as we arrive on the belly, stack the hands one on top of the other, forehead rest on the hands. Now, this is usually it's in child's pose that we make contact with our breath. But we're going to start on our abdomen here, really making that connection to breath. Because the question I posed, which is a question we hear literally most likely every day, is how are you? But I mean, really, how are you? Not the, oh, I'm fine. Yeah, things are fine. Great. I mean, let's really take this hour to tune in and ask ourselves, how am I? And one of the best ways that we can actually determine how we're really feeling, not how we think we're feeling, is with the breath. And we know laying prone like this, your diaphragm has the greatest capacity to expand. And so as you're here on your abdomen, really breathing deep down into the belly, almost as if you're breathing all the way deep down into the pelvis. And then as you stay here, just notice what's happening in my body. What does this feel like to be here? And if the body is unclenching or unraveling something, let it happen. And if you can make the Ujjayi sound, you can hear your own breath. That's really powerful. To really, it's like a balm for your brain to really hear that Ujjayi breath. And watching this capacity that you have to be present with whatever is there. It could be impatience, irritability, could be relief that we're laying on our bellies. Again, there's no wrong answer, but your work is just to be super present with everything that can and will emerge through this practice. This practice is just a chance for us to bounce into our stuff, our constrictions, our stories, our tightness, and to then observe it maybe with a more detached eye. Our physical practice today is going to focus on opening our side bodies. Sometimes I call it the seams of the bodies, where the front body meets the back body. The front body is sort of the ego self, the part we project into the world, put our face forward in the world. And the back body is more of our unconscious, our subconscious, part of ourselves we can't see. And this all meets up in the seams of the body, right? They come together sort of in the seams of the body, which is where we're going to work today. And you can stay curious about what comes up. All right, so follow one more conscious breath here on your belly. And then on an inhale, come back to all fours and just take another little 30 seconds of nonlinear movement, just simply because resting on the belly, breathing like that, just take a moment to feel and move. And really trying to ground and stabilize our energy today. So walk your hands now, one handprint forward. So your wrists are forward of your shoulders, and take your left leg out to the side. And I think you'll all have space for this. So left leg comes way out laterally to the side. And then we're just move back and forth a little bit. Close the eyes. So we're working with the inseam of the leg here. Pelvis might like to circle a little bit, shift back and forth. Feel free to allow any kind of sound, or again, that open mouth ujjayi, anytime you really touch into a holding pattern, an area of tightness. And begin to walk your hands backwards towards your knee, come upright. Slide your left hand down your left leg as you stretch this right arm up. Just make sure your hand isn't on the knee joint. So now we're really stretching into that right side. So as you feel your right knee press into the earth, feel your right sit bone tuck under a little bit, and then lengthening from your right waist all the way up that side seam of the body. Bring your chin back just a little bit. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, open mouth ujjayi, little twist of your navel up towards the sky. Now inhale, we come back through center and we just go the other direction. Yeah, again, you guys might need to be creative with your space. We have this whole studio today and you guys are in a perfect line. All right, so press left foot down. Feel your tailbone tuck under just a little bit, and that might allow just a little more twisting of the torso up to the sky. Breathe in, and then exhale, come out to all fours. Again, just a pause here for any kind of movement that wants to emerge. Just continuing to stay aligned with this intention, this bigger intention of class. If I just am going to tune in and really feel myself this morning, really tune in, allow myself to feel. All right, second side. So again, hands walk forward just a little bit. It's almost like down dog arms with the right leg now out to the side. Moving forward and back, getting into that inner thigh region. Maybe you can feel some sensation around the knee. The right foot is as grounded as is possible for your ankle. Really working with sensation. And if you reach an edge point, you could even maybe stay there a little bit, add some pulsing Just a little rocking forward and back. The body really appreciates when we rock. It's very soothing for our nervous system. I always think of the practice as coaxing our body open. So instead of forcing something, we're just gently coaxing it open. All right, let's come up and stretch the side body. So as you walk your fingers back and rise up, start to slide the right hand down the right leg and stretch up. So now consciousness in the left knee. Left knee presses down, that left sit bone draws under just a little bit. Maybe lean over to the right just a little more. Take a breath in. Use the exhale to twist. It's a very minimal twist, but that navel is twisting up to the left. And then when your inhale comes, reverse it, go the opposite direction. Tuck the tailbone under, let the pelvis move forward just a little bit. Begin to draw the chin back and then look up maybe towards the sky. All right, we'll breathe in and then come all the way back out to all fours. Inhale, pelvis tilts, heart lifts. Exhale, round. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Good. Exhale, round. Come up from this rounded position into down dog. Pressing the hands down, the thighs back. Let your head relax a little bit. And feel the groundedness. You know, feel how grounded you can get with your hands and your feet. And beginning to walk hands backwards towards your feet, arriving at the back of the mat in Uttanasana. You could even do the Bhu Mudra here. Point your fingers, the peace sign, grounding down. Any kind of busyness in this last week. Again, we do move very fast through the world, just feeling some of that settle, just finding a little slower pace. Now, bending the knees, let's keep this mudra if you don't already have it, create it. And then as you inhale, we rise up through chair pose and we keep the mudra. Hips back, belly draws in, lengthening up through the spine. Let's take a breath in, and as you exhale, settle a little lower. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Look up towards your hands and then pull the palms down in front of the heart. And take a moment to pause. Let's release the hands. I'd like you to stay at the back of the mat. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Really settling into your own system. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. And then exhale, fold into yourself. And now walk your hands forward into downward facing dog. That's it. Settle into your breath, find your breath. Inhale, right leg into the sky. Exhale, step the right foot through the hands, deep lunge. Lowering the back knee down to the mat, this direction. Come upright. Beautiful. Right hand on your right thigh. Extend your left arm up into the sky. So I use like the heel of my hand pressing down into that thigh. So that's a rooted action. And from that rooted action, really rising up, lengthening up. You might be able to curl back just a little bit as you root this tailbone down. Inhale, and then as we exhale, keeping this long left side body. So feel how long that is. We're going to twist left hand down to the outside of the right knee, right arm back. So as you press down through your back knee, lengthen up through the crown of the head and then twist to the right just a little more. Now from here, let's draw left elbow down, palms together. Pressing palms together, pressing left elbow into the knee and feeling that navel twisting up towards the sky. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, we're going to stay to twist just a little deeper, go to a little deeper edge point, and then slowly release, hands down to the earth. Now, right foot is way off to the right, toes are turned out. So now moving into your humble pose variation, letting your hips move, maybe coming down onto your forearms, dropping in. What do you feel? Notice what the sensation is. Notice what the mental, emotional state is. And allow it all to be there. We so often push away our experiences, and I'm curious about you just really settling into it this morning. All right. On an inhale, lift your back knee. So you're in a wide lunge, and then step your right foot back, down dog. Inhale, pull forward to plank. Exhale back, lift up and back to dog. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward and exhale, lower down. Take your hands off of the mat. Take your feet wider than you think. Just try like a really wide, it's almost like starfish. Close the eyes and move in a way that would serve the opening, the freeing up of your spine. And add twisting actions if you like. Inhaling, eventually coming all the way down, and then feet come back more to hip distance width. Once again, stack hands as we did in the beginning, forehead. And we do 5 breaths here. So inhale, this exhale is 5. So again, letting the busy front body, the always moving forward front body start to settle into the earth. And noticing how this feels for you. We're not forcing anything right now. We're not fixing anything. It's just bringing this presence to our moment, to the experience of the moment, which is so powerful. And then as you stay really present, lift your head a little bit, slide your hands back in alignment with your chest, come back through all fours to down dog. Notice where you're grounding down. You could also imagine it's almost as if like anchors are in your hands and your feet, really anchoring you down towards the earth. Now, on an inhale, it's as if the anchor on the left foot is gone. It floats up into the sky, nice long straight line. And then bend the left knee, draw the left foot through the hands, deep lunge. Lower the back knee down, rise up. Heel of the left hand anchoring this thigh down. You can even come a little deeper into your front thigh. And then on an inhale, stretch the right arm up. So now focusing on, how much length can I create up that right side? Now attempting to keep the length, twist, lower the right hand, extend the left arm back. So we're lengthening up through the crown of the head, and from the length, then the twist has more capacity, can move to the left just a little more. We're going to add the next variation of the twist by breathing in. On the exhale, left elbow slides down outside of the knee, palms together. Press the palms actively together, left elbows towards the sky. Now lengthen out through the crown. And then exhale, maybe twist navel up to the left just a little more. Take a breath in. On the exhale, hands come down inside edge of left foot. Left foot is way off to the edge of the mat. Turn those toes out, externally rotate. Close the eyes and let yourself move, or if it feels better to come into stillness on your forearms. Continuing to drop in and down. Think that for most of us in the fast-paced world, we could do a grounding practice like this every day, and it would be really good for our systems. All right, from here, lift the back knee. So you're in a wide lunge. That left foot is way off to the side. Step back to down dog. Walk it out. Find the sound of your breath in the back of the throat. Slowly lower the knees down to the mat and slide the wrist back underneath the shoulders. Inhale the right arm into the sky and thread the right arm underneath the left. Walk the left hand forward towards the front edge of the mat, or sometimes people like to slide this left hand into the right hip, which is also an option. Today, let's take the left leg out to the side, because again, I think you all have the space for that. With your left leg out to the side, really start to see about peeling your torso open towards the ceiling. Also maybe coming more towards the back of the head. And then if you feel a lot of sensation, or wherever you feel a lot of sensation, breathe into it. And then as we prepare to exit, come out really slowly. So start to roll more towards your forehead. And then slowly pull the arm out, come back to all fours. Maybe take a cat-cow. Luxuriate a little bit in the sensation. And what's essentially happening is we're just opening space in the body. And so I want you to adjust and feel that. We move into the second side, left arm floats into the sky, and then we thread left arm underneath the right. Walk your right arm forward. Or hook your right hand or your right hand right in that left hip crease. Take your right leg out to the side. And begin to slowly move towards the back of the head. So your gaze is up towards the ceiling eventually. Maybe allowing that torso to really open. And again, any little pulsing action or movements in the body that coax the body open, let those happen. And then come out with a lot of awareness. Move very slowly out, pulling all the way out, back to all fours, cat cow. Down dog. It's down dog. Imagine that someone's hands are on your waist, sort of pulling it back. So you get even longer length through your side bodies. And then as you look up towards your hands, walk your right hand right next to your left hand. So now the right hand is in the middle of the mat. Roll onto the little toe side of the right foot and stack the left foot on top for side plank, or step the left foot in front. Yeah, it's your, that was a good change there, Joe. I liked that. Keep the hips lifted just a little bit more. Breathe into that left side. So we're really opening that left side. Take a breath in and then exhale, come out to all fours. It's a big pose. Let yourself shake it out. Inhale into cow. And then as we exhale and round, we're actually going to come back into a child's pose. We haven't done one of these yet. Settle all the way back, forehead to the floor. Child's pose is definitely about rest, but I'd like you to fill this child's pose with breath. So really breathing so deeply down into the belly. With your face so close to the mat, hear your exhale and slow that exhale down. Again, we're trying to really connect to a slower pace this morning, slow some things down. It's a lot of fast moving energy out there right now. So we're trying to do the opposite as a way to find more of a middle point for ourselves. And watching what this has been like for you to slow the pace down. It might be challenging. Sometimes when things are moving so fast, it's really hard to slow down. Right, inhale back up. Walk your wrist forward of your shoulders, curl your toes under, down dog. Hips are moving back. Now, as you look up at your hands, left hand comes right in alignment with your right hand. Press the finger pads down, roll onto the little toe side of the left foot, stack the right foot on top. Right hand comes to the waist. Right foot can step in front as well. You can also drop this top arm in alignment with the ear. You get a nice long line all the way up that right side. Really good. Take a breath, lift those hips just a little higher, and then come all the way out. Come down to all fours. Cat cow a couple times. Eventually back to down dog. Walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Shake your head out. Buzz your lips a couple times. Let that jawline release. Create your Bhu Mudra, pointer finger, middle finger, peace sign, grounding into the earth. Bend into your knees so much that torso is resting on the thighs, keeping the weight in the heels. Come all the way up through chair pose, Utkatasana. Take a breath. Exhale, settle. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands come down just in front of the heart. Let yourself feel. Let's go through a round of tapping. So starting at the heart, starting at the sternum. If it feels okay to you, eyes are closed or gaze is just soft. It's not really focused in on anything. So I want you to really stay in a feeling space here. From heart space, take it down one arm, tapping towards the palm of the hand, and then the arm flips and you tap up the back or pat up the back of the arm, and you're back to the heart space. Down the other arm. Back to heart. Moving it up into the jaw, into the face. So let the teeth part slightly into the temples, the forehead, crown. Down back of head, tap a little around the back of the neck. Then, as we're working side bodies, tap kidney region, but edges of the body. So I'm going to tap all the way down the seams of the body. Up inner thighs, inner legs, belly, torso, back to heart, back to sternum. And then soft gaze or eyes closed, just let the arms come down to the side of the body, palms face forward. And now we stand in that stable, steadfast mountain pose. And you really embody the pose. So legs are firm, feet are rooted, spine is long, sternum is lifted, chin is slightly drawing back so as to soften the muscles of the neck. Just feeling that stable, solid ground underneath you. All right, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the gaze halfway. Exhale, fold. Good. Step the left foot back into deep lunge. You might like to have a block, maybe, off to the right side. Turn the back foot down and rise up into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So we're bending into the front knee. That right knee is tracking over to the right, lengthening up through the crown. Let's take a breath in, and then exhale, just settle a little deeper into that front thigh. And take another breath in, and then right forearm comes down to the right thigh, left arm up in alignment with the ear. So now side angle, really focusing on left side. So as much as you can, little toe side of your left foot, anchor it down. Feel your left waist lift a little bit, your rib cage, left rib cage lift. And then feel just that slight twist, navel up towards the sky. And then can you come just a little deeper into that front thigh? Let's take another breath in here and stay for the exhale, twist just slightly more. And then release down, hands either side of the front foot. Step back, down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale back to dog. Inhale forward. Exhale, find your rhythm, back to dog. One more time, inhale forward and then lower all the way down onto your belly. Take a cobra or up dog, your choice, whichever one speaks to you. You can even do wide hands if this is the variation you like. Yeah, most of us feels so much better. Why, doesn't it? All right, we're gonna eventually all, so take as much time as you like in your up dog or your cobra variation, come down. Once again, stack the hands one on top of the other on the belly for 5 breaths. And really, I'd like you to see if you can imagine that all these roles that you play, all of these things we face the world with from our front body, you can just let it rest for a moment. You don't have to be the doctor, the lawyer, the mother, the father. You can just pause and be with yourself in presence. And there's something very powerful about feeling our abdomen, our instinctual center on the earth. It also slows us down and grounds us to be prone on the earth like this. You guys done about 5? I don't think anyone's going to tell me if it, you all look very comfortable. Let's come back up. We have another side angle side to go. So come back up through downward facing dog. On an inhale, left foot steps between the hands, deep lunge, and turn the back foot down. You rise up. You start in warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So feel the back foot really anchoring down, but lengthen up. And then try to maintain these long side bodies. Lean over to the left forearm to the thigh, right arm floats up. You're getting as anchored as you can through the right foot. It's almost as if the left buttock tucks under just a little bit, which starts to initiate this twist in the torso. You might be able to gaze towards the sky. That foot, back foot is so anchored. Breathe into the right rib cage specifically. Can you get a little more lift through that right side? One more breath in, and then exhale, release hands. Deep lunge, step forward to the front of the mat. Shake it out. Yeah, buzz those lips. Let it go now so you can walk out of here later. All right, inhale, sweep the arms, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, we're going to do 10 rounds of breath of joy. So I think most of you know this. You probably just want to vary where you are in the mat. Arms forward, you're going to come out to the side. They're going to come up. And then a loud ha back into ski jump pose here. So remember, it's a third of the breath in, third of the breath in, third of the breath in. So, and then ha, okay? So yeah, get a good base. Your feet can be a little wider if they like. Shake it out just a little bit, starting getting ourselves ready. Slight bend in those knees, so don't lock them out. Now let's do this. Oh, really make a loud ha. Let some things go. Good. Four more. This is 3, 2. Last one here. All right, now you come up, take the feet wider because you usually feel dizzy. Palms face forward. Just stand in some vibrance, some energy, some heat. Let yourself feel it. And yet you're also grounded. So even though we stirred up energy, just like that storm last night, feel how steady and stable you can feel here. It's like, I am steadfast. We're going to move through one last sequence. So move to the front of your mat. Have a block just up off the front edge of your mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Step left foot back, deep lunge. Bring your right hand to either a block or your ankle, turn your back foot down. As we move into triangle, so we're going into this differently. So right heel intersects left arch. Again, hand is on the ankle, on the shin, or on a block. Left hand is at the waist. Now we're trying to get long side bodies, which we've been stretching and working on this whole practice. Think about both your right side body, specifically that one, and your left are nice and long, and then start to peel the left shoulder back. Feel the twist in the torso. Both feet are anchored, top arm finally lifts. Breathe in, lengthen through your right. Exhale, just a little twist, navel up towards the sky. Another nice deep breath in. Now on this exhale, left hand comes down to the waist, bend into the right knee. Take your right hand to a block. Left foot steps forward, Ardha Chandrasana. Back leg lifts, toes are spread. Right side body is long, left shoulder is drawing back. Top arm can lift. You can then drop this top arm in alignment with your ear if you like a little more challenge, really long lines. Let's take a breath in. We're going to return to triangle. So start to bend into the right knee, drop the left foot down. Return to Trikonasana. Find a nice steady triangle. Breathe in, and on the exhale, bend into the right knee, pivot forward into deep lunge. Step back, down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Get back to dog. Do this 2 more times at your own pace. Lower down, taking cobra or up dog, your choice. We are going to meet once again for, this is our last time, 5 breaths on the belly. Let your feet go as wide as they want to go here. Forehead resting. Just you and the breath. That's what the focus is. Don't need to figure anything out or think through anything. Just we're training essentially our awareness to stay anchored in the present moment where there's typically less suffering. We're also letting ourselves connect deeply with earth energy, which is always stabilizing. That's why we always tend to feel better after being in nature. All right, lift the head, slide the hands back in alignment with the chest, come back through down dog. Inhale, left foot between the hands, deep lunge. Turn the back foot down. Left hand to the ankle, to the shin, or to the block as you straighten the legs. And come into triangle, right hand on the hip. All right, before we start to lift top arm into the sky, ensure that your left and your right sides are nice and long. And then start to pull that right shoulder back, ground down, especially through your back foot. Top arm eventually lifts. Gaze is either straight ahead or up towards your top hand, depending on your neck. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, stay, just a little more twist of that navel up to the right. Inhale again. Now exhale, right hand to your waist, bend into your left knee, step your right foot 1 step forward. Take your block forward and off to the left, Ardha Chandrasana. So once you get steady on that strong left leg, start to peel your right shoulder back. Spread the toes of the right foot. Extend that top arm up. You could even do a little more side stretch by dropping right arm in alignment with your ear. Breathe in and now exit forward to the front of the mat. Uttanasana, so good, you guys. Yeah, breathe it out. In fact, let's all inhale, look up halfway, and on the exhale, big ha sound. Yeah, let's do that 2 more times. This is our final release here. Really let some things go. Breathe it out. Yep, you're warm. Your body's ready to let things go. Ah, nice. I'm actually feeling a pigeon pose. It feels like another final good release. Sean's shaking his head. All right, step back to down dog. Pigeon's always a crowd pleaser. All right, take the right leg into the sky. And as you exhale, draw that right knee forward to the edge of the mat. Yep. Stay upright just for a moment to get these side bodies nice and long. Be like, okay, I'm going to try to commit to keeping those as you walk your forearms forward. This would be a more internal, sometimes we work all kinds of pigeon variations, but gaze is soft. Yeah, that's a nice variation. You could put a block under your forehead if you like. Maybe a little swaying of the hips back and forth. When we're more grounded, we're also just more embodied, meaning we're more present in our bodies. And when there's research for this, when we're more in our bodies, we make better decisions. We're more clear. So I'd like you to stay here for 3 more breaths and just imagine that as you exhale, you're really blowing out any anxiety or fear or worry, just purging the body of it. We intellectually know it doesn't help us, but it's sometimes so hard to release. So you're using the physical body and your intention on this exhale, like I'm releasing the worry, the anxiety. And then in your own time and space, you can come out gradually. Maybe some of you like to be back in down dog. Sometimes people just like to come back through all 4s, whatever feels good. Left side now, left knee comes all the way to the edge of the mat. And make sure you get yourself upright first, long side bodies before you transition down onto your forearms. That breath is continuing to draw you in and down. Can maybe observe how your system has cranked down a few notches. How maybe it's easier to stay with sensation in the body, to stay present instead of moving into planning, judging, creating, figuring out, analyzing. You're actually just able to really land here, feeling that hip, feeling the breath. And let's stay here for 3 more breaths. Again, use your exhale to blow out anxiety, fear, worry, control. So you imagine that fear, anxiety, worry, control, all those things we're clinging to in our bodies. On this exhale, you really surrender and let them go. When we have a really open root chakra, like what we're working with today, there is more support, stability, safety, security, so that fear and anxiety can lessen. And then in your own space and time, come back out, maybe your final down dog, maybe you want to take a final vinyasa. whatever feels good as a way for you to release. And then eventually, yeah, let's all come into a child's pose. Take 3 breaths in child's pose. And then transition onto your back. You can just flip onto your back. I don't care which direction your head is. So actually, I think since we're in a new space, I'll actually be very clear about this. It's often better for our nervous systems to face a door. So like, you know, if the door is behind you, it can, with your eyes closed, it can feel really vulnerable. And so, yeah, face the door on your back. And once you arrive, just bring your knees in and let yourself rock a little side to side. And we just ended with a really nice hip opener. If you want to transition into a happy baby, it's just a slightly different hip opener variation. You could do a couple moments here in happy baby. And then from here, release legs up into the sky. So now legs are straight up in the sky. Low back is anchored down. Cross the right leg in front, so even the ankles cross. Then bend the knees. So now the knees are stacked on top of the other. Pull the knees in towards the chest, arms out to the side or in cactus arms, and then drop the legs down to the left. So nice big twist here. And gaze is out over the right shoulder. Stay with your breath. Let it be there still, but it's a little more subtle. And still continuing to be with yourself for the sensations, the emotions, whatever is there. Sometimes as we work through a practice, we clear things out. So there's just more space, there's more silence. Sometimes not. On an inhale, come back to center, stretch the legs up into the sky, uncross them, and now let them shake out a little bit, flex and point the feet. Even take the legs out to a V shape. Just let them go where they want to go. Now we cross the left leg, left ankle, bend the knees. So now the knees are stacked. Legs now shift over to the right for a supine twist. And your gaze looks out over your left shoulder. Hear your breath. It's much more subtle, but you're still hearing the Ujjayi breath. Continuing to let your attention move in and down. On an inhale, come all the way out, uncross the legs, feet are on the floor. Arms at the side of the body. Take just a couple passes at bridge pose. Inhale, lift the pelvis, float the arms up overhead. And then exhale, coming back down with the breath. Inhale, lift the pelvis, lift the arms. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back down. One last time. This is our last one. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, coming back down. Now letting the feet come together, knees open out to the side for Supta Baddha Konasana. Hands resting on the abdomen. Heel of the hand can also push thighs forward as you lengthen your spine long. Hands could also rest at the side of the body, palms face up. Stay with the sound of your breath. And when you're ready, you can transition into Shavasana. We're doing all kinds of new things in class. We're in a new direction. We have weird sounds in the studio right now because there's all this construction happening in the architectural firm above us. And so I'm actually going to play a song just to kind of drown some of that out. All kinds of new things. All right. Oh, Frozen. That was not what I meant to play. Can you tell that was my daughter's playlist. This is what I'm trying to play. Yeah, here we go.
I'm allowing me to be me. I'm allowing me to be free. I'm allowing my power. I'm allowing well-being. I'm allowing my path to light up before me. I'm allowing everything to just be as it comes to me. I'm shining brightly. I'm allowing, easily allowing all my dreams to be in the right timing. I'm allowing me to be me. I'm allowing me to be free. I'm allowing my worth. I'm allowing my brilliance. I'm allowing my path to unfold now before me. I'm allowing everything to just be as it comes to me. I'm shining brightly. I'm allowing, easily allowing all my dreams to be in the right timing. I'm allowing me to be me. I'm allowing me to be free. I'm allowing my worth. I'm allowing my brilliance. I'm allowing my path to unfold now before me. I'm allowing everything to just be as it comes to me. I'm shining brightly. I'm allowing, easily allowing all my dreams to be in the right timing. I'm allowing me to be me. I'm allowing me to be free, to be me.
Take a couple more moments just to allow yourself to remain present, to feel. Bring just a little bit of movement into your fingers and into your toes. Stretch, start to reawaken yourself. Take your time and transitioning off through one side. There's no hurry. We've been trying to slow our pace down today, so don't rush your transition back up to your seat. Take your own time. Eventually, when you are back in your seat with your palms touching, let your attention again be in and down. Now, as you are in a much deeper alignment with yourself, you've shed a lot. Ask yourself again, how are you? A nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, bow towards yourself, honoring deep reverence yourself and your path. The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. So next Saturday, no class. Tomorrow morning, if you want to come and do live yoga with me, Cedar Rapids Yoga Festival, teaching at 9 if you want to join. Otherwise, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Sound good? All right. And I'm curious from my little friends online. We switched directions. Was this okay? Do you like it the other direction? And also, did the music work? Could you hear that music? I'm curious. I tried to change my speaker so you could hear it. Anyone? Okay, wait, okay, thank you. Okay, the music, you could hear the music. Good. Okay, great, Anne. Thank you. Thank you, Alina. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Anne. Margaret, the music was off a little for you. Okay. Okay, it was shaky at first. It's so interesting. Okay. Yeah, this direction works when there's not bright sun. When it's like super sunny and it's coming in this direction doesn't work, but well, it's good to change it around. Okay, thanks everyone for the feedback. Awesome. Oh, you're just looking at, these are big windows back here, Barbara. So that is, used to be the public library. It's an apartment now. It's another apartment back there. Kevin was happy. Yay, Kevin. Good. You like, I know, I love the tapping too, Nancy. Thanks, Lisa. Okay. The musician, I love this musician. And I love actually all of her songs. Her name is Alexia Chelin. I'm going to put it in the, I'll put it in the chat so you guys can see. All of her stuff is amazing. Alexia Chelin. Okay. Y'all have a good couple weeks. I'll see you in 2 weeks from today. Oh, and by the way, if anyone wants to go to Ireland, there's still a couple spots left for the end of September. And then there's also a trip coming in May back to Costa Rica, and then next fall, 2024 to Peru. So if anyone's interested, let me know. All right, bye.